Alright, we keep it in the UFC Bantamweight division. This time we're going to sit down with former King of the Cage champion Jared Papazian. He takes on Dustin Pague this weekend at UFC on FX3.
All right, here on the MMA Outsider Podcast, we are joined by Jared Papazian, UFC Bantamweight. He made his debut at UFC on FX a few months ago, and he's going to be fighting again on June 8th. He's going to be fighting Dustin Pague, an Ultimate Fighter participant from a couple seasons ago. But first off, Jared, how's training going for you right now?
Training's going great. Just can't wait to get to Florida on Monday and then fight on Friday.
Right, we'll talk more about that fight in a second, but first off, going back to your debut against Mike Easton, I know you took that fight on really short notice, and you fought 5 rounds before, so you've always had pretty good cardio. That's never been an issue. I apologize if I'm speaking out of turn here, but I will say it looked like you did kind of run out of gas just a little bit later on in that fight. Did you feel like your cardio was up to where it usually was, or did fighting on short notice maybe take a little bit out of you?
My cardio was good, but it wasn't as me preparing for a full camp, but it was good enough for a 2-week camp. I was happy with my performance. I was happy with my camp. I just wish I had a little more time to prepare for it. Other than that, it was good. If I had more time, my cardio would have been a lot better to prepare for. But other than that, I felt great.
Yeah, and you talked about your performance. It was a close fight. He ended up getting the nod, but it was a majority decision. And some people thought it could have gone either way. I mean, what did you think of the scoring in that fight?
Someone scored 30-27, all for him. I don't see how that was. If anything, it should have been split. But I think maybe that takedown got him the fight, and also me looking like I was kind of not really running as much, but I looked like I was running, but I wasn't, but I was doing something with it. But when someone presses like that, it looks like they're controlling the fight, and he did well with that, and then, impressed the judges, and, they gave him the win.
Yeah, and also, you talked about the takedowns. He probably figured he's a pretty good grappler, so he's probably looking to take you down a little bit and test your ground game. And actually, you looked like you were really strong in the clinch, had good takedown defense. So, is that something you work on a lot? Because I know you've got great stand up. And guys look to take you down all the time. But what did you think, at least as far as your takedown defense?
I've been working on my takedown defense pretty much all my fights, because all the guys I've been fighting up until Mike were all wrestlers. So all the guys I've been fighting have been wanting to take me out. So all I've been working on for the last 6-7 fights is takedown defense and get-ups, takedown defense and get-ups. So that's what I'm pretty much, those are my go-to moves. So I don't like to play jiu-jitsu off my back, and I'll get up right away.
Yeah, so, guys talk about the octagon jitters sometimes, or just going in there for the first time, and you kind of get that adrenaline dumping, so amped up and on that big stage. So, for you, I know you fought for the King of the Cage title before against, guys like Abel Cullum, some really top-level guys. But for you, did you feel nervous at all on the show, or did you feel pretty comfortable?
I felt at home. I felt I belonged there. I felt this is where I belong, and I had zero jitters whatsoever. And I just can't wait to fight again and prove again that I do belong in the big stage, and can't wait.
Yeah, and you talked about having a full training camp versus, the abbreviated training camp you had last time out. So just talk about, what are the kind of things that besides the obvious, just being more exercise and having more time to map things out, but having a full, training camp to get ready, what other kinds of things are you able to do as far as getting ready for someone?
Well, obviously, just to have that visualization in your head, knowing that you're going to fight in 2 months, I had a visualization I wasn't fighting when I fought Mike Easton 2 months before I fought him. I was just going out, not really taking, I was taking fighting serious, but I wasn't like I had a camp. So it's a little different, just having that kind of mentality, and also just getting those rounds in, sparring rounds, typical, working on things that the guy's better than me in, my defense, what I can do to, I'm better than him. Just all those things play a huge factor. And this time, I feel like it's gonna be fireworks. I'm working on everything, my stand up, my ground, my wrestling. This is probably the most technical camp I've had ever.
Yeah, and also I believe your fight is going to be on the main card. I have to double check, but Okay, you're on fuel, but it's still going to be on TV, and because there's been more lead up, I'm sure you have more people talking to you about things, and having to do the UFC press routine. I'm sure that's starting to come up. So what's it like as far as doing all the other things outside of the outside of training that you have to do to kind of help promote the show?
I had some other guys, call me and like yourself, kind of, hype the fight and stuff, and I'm pretty much the same thing like I've been doing. I like hyping fights up, and I'm just gonna be ready to fight. So when it comes to Q&A.
Mm-hmm. And as far as Dustin Pague goes, your opponent, have you studied tape on him? What do you think of what he's good at and where he might be most dangerous? I know you're not going to give away your game plan, but from what I've seen, he has good stand up as well. Sorry, go ahead.
He has great stand up. His round's fairly good. He's pretty good everywhere. He's really good in the clinch, and kind of working my clinch game. My clinch game is a little different than his. I'm more of a dirty boxer inside the clinch. He likes to throw at knees. But if he wants to, clinch up with me, fine bar me, bring it, can't wait.
Yeah, you just mentioned, dirty boxing versus knees in the clinch, and there was actually a fight last night where Joe Proctor knocked out Jeremy Larson. Now, Larson came in, he was swinging kind of wild on the inside, and so Proctor just grabbed his head and thunked him, and that was pretty much it. But, what kind of things do you have to do as far as, if you're in the clinch, working your boxing without exposing yourself to the knees and leaving yourself open?
Well, don't let him grab my head, stuff like that, or let him create that space to throw that knee. Just really want to, pretty much don't expose my head and my body. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so, and this is going to be your second time in the UFC. I know you say you felt pretty comfortable last time around, but do you feel a little more excited or just anxious just to maybe go in there and show a little bit more of what you have since, like you said, you're going to be more prepared this time?
Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome fight. It's just, they saw what happened the last fight, but they saw my performance, and it's just exciting how much I've grown since that fight, and I just can't wait to show my skills. Since last camp, the last 6 months I haven't fought. I've improved so much, and like I said, you're not gonna just see a brawler. You're gonna see a technical mixed martial artist. You're gonna see me in the clinch. You're gonna see me go for takedowns. You're going to see me defend takedowns. You're going to see me ground pound. I mean, I feel comfortable everywhere in this fight. Either a knockout or a submission. I feel like I have the advantage everywhere in the fight. So. Mm-hmm.
And I know I talked to you a little while before the UFC actually signed you, so I mean I've talked to you about where you train and everything, but just for the people who haven't heard your interviews or anything like that before, talk about the guys you've been training with to get ready for this fight as far as your coaches and your sparring partners.
Yeah, I train with Alberto Green, my jiu-jitsu coach and MMA coach. I also train with Rico Payne, my side coach, phenomenal striking coach. Also I have my wrestling coach, Arnold Division. And I brought in Nam Fan for this fight. He helped me get ready for this fight. Brought in Kenny Porter to help me out for this fight. All my Chris Ball, training partners, Keenan, Chris Bonita, Jerome, Otto. And I also brought in some Muay Thai guys in to help me get ready for that clinch. Sonny Kubian and Travis Brothers, they're really high level in the Muay Thai circuit. And, training's going great. It's a good fight.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. Like I said, just mentioned all your sparring partners and everything, but any other sponsors or anyone else you'd like to thank before we wrap things up?
Yeah, I would like to thank Dr. Harrison Lee, Kelly Heiser from Sports Go, my manager, Darren Harvey, Robert Gluckman for also sponsoring me, High Fighters, everybody. I just want to thank everybody, and also you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's no problem. It's our pleasure. And once again, Jared's going to be fighting Dustin Pague June 8th, UFC on FX. It'll be on the Fuel undercard, but it'll be on TV for everyone to catch. So good luck, and look forward to having you on the show again.
Thank
right, thanks a lot. Bye.